President Obama, what's the big idea? That bill was trying to become a law.
I realize that. But you know, son, there's actually an even easier way to get things done around here. It's called an executive order.
I'm an executive order, and I pretty much just happened. And that's it.
Wait a second, don't you have to go through Congress at some point?
Oh, that's adorable. You still think that's how government works.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was from Saturday Night Live, and you'll see more of that at the end of the show in the final Give Me Five when we do a whole segment on that. But joining us now, once again, Scott Pruitt, Attorney General for the state of Oklahoma. Hello, Mr. Attorney General.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Well, you had success in federal court against provisions of Obamacare. Might you be interested in pursuing the federal court system to try to thwart the executive order on immigration?
You know, Steve, it really is fifth grade civics. I mean, it's appropriate. The skit, I think, speaks more truth than you might imagine as far as what the president has done. You know, the president has a constitutional duty to faithfully execute the laws, and we know in this instance that he is suspending deportation for folks that are here unlawfully and is granting amnesty to those individuals through his own actions. And it did not go through Congress. And he likes to point to the fact that it's prosecutorial discretion that gives him this license. You know, as Attorney General, Steve, I use prosecutorial discretion every day in our office, and it's only used on a case-by-case basis. When you have 4 million plus individuals that are subject to deportation, that he is suspending the law to deport them, there's no way possible that their agencies can engage in a case-by-case review of those 4 million plus individuals. So this is just simply fictional. It's and budgetary by the president that he has this authority. And I think the fact of the matter is we need to take steps to enforce rule of law to address his unlawful action. You know,
and there are other things that I know are of concern to you. But let me ask you, just from a legal point of view, if there were to be a court case against Obama for this immigration executive order, if a judge allowed it, and do you think a judge would allow, in his own words, several times, as recently as less than a year ago, the president had said he could not legally do, he cannot constitutionally do. He said it would be hard to defend in court, and then he went and did what he said he couldn't do, and what would be hard to defend in court. So would that be great evidence in a case against what Obama did, or that not even admissible, you think?
No, it is. In fact, I'll tell you, in the Affordable Care Act case that we litigated in Oklahoma and prevailed on the issue as you described, the Jonathan Gruber video, we actually filed a motion with the court to attach that video as evidence of the administration's viewpoint on that particular provision. I mean, here you do have the president saying unequivocally on multiple occasions that he is constrained by the law, and he is in fact constrained by the law. But here you have a very brazenly political step that he's taken. If the president believed that he had this authority, and it is a compelling situation, which obviously our immigration situation is, why did he wait until after an election and before the next Congress is sworn in? I think it's telltale that this situation is not what's legal and what's right. It's a way to engage in a political exercise to pick a fight with Congress before the new session begins. And he had a 30 to 40 page memo, Steve, that had to be prepared by the Office of Legal Counsel, trying to paper it up for him.
Go ahead.
So it is a very much a concern to the states, and it's something that we are in fact preparing a response to as we speak.
So you are preparing to file in court against his executive order, is what you're saying?
Yes, it takes two branches to pass a law. And one branch can't act in the place of the other. It's very, very insincere of this president to say, pass a law, Congress, or pass a law consistent with what I believe, and because you have not, I can fill in the void. That's not how our system works. He has this obligation constitutionally to faithfully execute the laws. As an Article 2 official, he is to enforce it, not to legislate, and he has done the latter.
And when do you anticipate this lawsuit being filed?
We are preparing it. We've been hard at it Steve, literally since last Thursday, but even before. I mean, this was threatened by the president in August this year, as you know, and he was moving to issue an executive order or take executive action in August for the summer recess.
And Mr. Attorney General, with all due respect, I only have 30 seconds left, so I don't want to have to cut you off. So when do you anticipate that this might be done?
I would imagine days. We don't have the exact time frame.
Great.
When we're done preparing the complaint, it's coming soon.
Well, have a very happy Thanksgiving, you and your